First off, regarding press play, I remember when cassette tapes and CDs and going to record stores and whatnot were the thing to do,
Hmm.
and making mixtapes were the part of the thing to do. Is this whole mixtape craze a fantasy construct behind press play, or do you feel that a lot of people, the younger generation, they are feeling the need for a little bit of physical media as well, and the idea of that mixtape as opposed to a Spotify playlist?
I think the latter. I think we do miss something actually tangible. Everything is so digital. At least for me. I was born in 94, so I think I'm not a millennial. I'm a Gen, what is it called?
Gen Z? Is that
Gen
no?
Z. Gen
Yeah.
Z. I don't know. But
Okay.
because I think I'm in that generation where I got to kind of be a part of a little bit of both, before everything started to become digital and online. I do find those things very nostalgic. Nostalgic, I mean, I wasn't really alive yet to enjoy like cassettes or vinyls all that much, but my parents did, and it was around, so I knew, that they existed. So yeah, it does. I think it struck a nerve for me, at least in that sense.
A lot of actors and filmmakers say that one of their reasons for actually taking projects is a part of that is the actual location. And for you, were you able to actually appreciate the location, or was it pretty much hard work from the jump, meaning it was just work and go to wherever you're living and go to work again?
Oh, well, we were. I was so lucky, and just so honored to be able to, film in such a beautiful location like Hawaii. Yeah, no, I was able to kind of, I guess, work with Greg and Clara and Lewis. I guess to prep for the film, we had a few rehearsals, and yeah, and then while doing that, we were able to kind of venture around the island and see different sites and just kind of hang out, and that was really beautiful. And also, like, for me, I was there for about 2.5 months altogether, and I just all the amazing, like, food. The food there is just phenomenal. So I was really lucky too to be able to just eat everything.
Did you also like the themes behind press play? The fact that, okay, it's a little bit of a time travel construct within the mixtape, but it's also saying about really the people who leave you in this life, who pass away.
Yeah.
They're not gone. You can always appreciate them, and you can really
Right.
time travel in your mind as well. They're never gone.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm a hopeless romantic in that sense, and also a music lover. And I think when I read the script, yeah, time travel is cool. I love stories, but I really thought it was interesting how they were able to weave in the different songs throughout the film and be able to make it so real. I thought they did a really beautiful job at doing that. And also the message just about being really present and enjoying every moment you have with the people you love. Especially, while we're in year 2022, the pandemic has been a part of our lives now for a while. It's the message is very real. Yeah.
Yeah. On the most important level, Clara is a close friend of yours. But what's it like?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's it like for you to actually watch her shine? Because you know you're working with someone who is possibly could be just a really big star just because of her diverse work. I mean, what's it
Yeah.
like being a friend and then also seeing her just shine on that sense?
Oh man. I had the wonderful experience of becoming her friend while also seeing her acting for the first time, like in person. So it was just, beautiful to be able to kind of, I mean, I'm in love with Clara. Who's not, fall in love with Clara as I got to fall in love with her work as well. She's super talented and super kind. And I have to say, when I came on to film this movie, I was quite tired just from shooting a long season of a show that I was on. But she just really, she breathed in new air for me. She was so excited to be there and just such a breath of fresh air. Amazing person. So I got to thank her for that.
We started the interview with thinking about generations. I'm Generation X. I'm Gen X. So I grew up as a cinephile with my only representation regarding Asian American representation as something like 16 Candles. No disrespect to the acting in the project,
Yeah.
But what does it feel like for you to know that there are people younger than us, they're going to grow up on Nico and Runaways, and they're going to see someone like Nico really shine and actually anchor a really lived in series? That must mean a lot. That must possibly be one of the most important parts of what you do, maybe? Or am I
It
wrong on that?
is. I think it is. I didn't even realize that it was such a huge part of why I did what I did until I was actually on the show and got to meet all the fans and also the people that love Nico so much and told me stories about how much they saw themselves in this character and how it was pretty much the first time that they felt that way. Um, and yeah, like it takes me back to when I was a little kid and pretty much the only stories that I could relate to were like Ghibli films. Like it's animated, but it's like just, Miyazaki movies. And that was kind of all I had to be like, yeah, that could be me with in Spirited Away with all the gods and the monsters in the bathhouse. So yeah, we've come quite a way with Nico and Runaways, but we still have a lot more to do.
Yeah. Were you on set on the day with Japanese breakfast? Were you able to get that shot? Because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't read Crying in H Mart yet, but I can't wait to read it. But that must have been kind of cool for you, an added perk as far as the
Oh my
job goes.
gosh. Yeah. Like when I first uh I think when I first read the script, they weren't a part of it. Like it was a different song, a different band that was supposed to play for that scene. And then I think on the island while we were shooting, Greg, the director, told me that he was going to have Japanese breakfast play instead. And I was like, yes, like awesome choice. He was like, what, you know them? And I'm like, what? Of course, Japanese breakfast. I'm a huge fan. And yeah, we were all staying in the same hotel. And I ran into them. I was in the elevator. They came into the elevator. I stared at them for like a couple seconds too long. And then they freaked out kind of and left. Um, and then, of course, later on, they found out that I was part of this movie. But yeah, a huge fan. It's crazy. We're lucky to have them.
I'm in the middle of a post midlife crisis right now, so I really want to get back into gaming. But for you, is it true that you're going to reprise your role in Midnight Suns? Is that correct? Is that inaccurate regarding that game?
I
What can you? Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, while I I thought I wasn't allowed to talk about it. I thought it was secret, but then someone told me it was on IMDb.
On Wikipedia and everything, and the whole
Okay,
it's all.
well then there you go. So it's no secret. Yes, I am returning as Nico Minoru to, I guess, the Marvel Universe, Midnight Suns. Yeah, I voiced her on that game.
Is that a different kind of acting for you, and different sense of gratification regarding that process?
It's so different. I was really nervous to be a part of this video game because I don't consider myself a voice actor. Like I mean, I have so much respect for people who do it because it's a lot of like training. Like it's not just you step in front of a mic and you're able to do this amazing work. Like it comes from somewhere. So I felt really I was like, am I the right person for this job? And I'm glad I did it though. It was a great learning experience and I got to, reunite with my character again, but it definitely felt a little different from like shooting the show.
Last question. Just I know this is the annoying favorite movie question, but can you name one of your all-time favorite movies, and what is it about this specific film that still resonates with you?
Uh, Kiki's Delivery Service. It's a Ghibli. Is it? I pronounce it Ghibli because I'm Japanese. It's a Ghibli film made by Hayao Miyazaki. I think I just always kind of, as a young kid watching Kiki's Delivery Service, I saw myself in Kiki, or I saw her in me, and yeah, I was a witch for every Halloween, and I was like, that's my girl, that's my character. And just the story about like self exploration and kind of finding your home and your family. I think that really hits close to home because I kind of have to do that for work all the time.
Yeah. Life it gets us too busy, but do you ever have these fantasies of having a full day of me like a full Miyazaki marathon for a full day with your busy schedule and whatnot?
Yes, I want to go to Japan and go to the museum. Like, is it still open? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know. I never even heard of I never even heard of the Miyazaki Museum. So I'm clueless.
There. It's a
Okay.
thing. I
Oh,
mean, I don't know after the pandemic how it is, but I'm hoping that it's still there because I really want to go one day. But there's a
cool.
museum. I would spend a whole day there.
Great. Really enjoyed the film, Lyrica, and thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me. It was amazing talking to you.
All right.
Thank
Take care.
you. You
Bye.
too. Take care.
Bye-bye.